Hey guys, it's Andrea from the blog Pine and Prospect Home, and I don't know about you, but I love a good before and after. There is just something so inspiring about a good home makeover, so I thought it would be fun to kind of walk you through our home and show you what it looked like when we purchased it 8 years ago and show you what it looks like today. So our home was built in the 1930s, and it's an English cottage revival style home, something that was very popular in the 20s and 30s. The round doors, the arched roof. From the moment I saw this home, I just fell in love with it. I remember I used to ask my husband to drive down the street so we could look at this place, and he would laugh at me and tell me I was crazy, but I loved everything about this home, and it looked so much different then than it does now. But I saw the potential in it, and I knew that it could be so beautiful. One of the first things that we did was our flower beds out in the front of our home. For this project, I enlisted the help of my mother-in-law. She is very talented in the area of gardening, and she knows a lot about flowers, and we didn't have a lot of money, and so she took a lot of plants from her garden and split them up and gave them to me, and that was just a great way that we were able to save a lot of money on having to go and purchase flowers and plants. And then I also got some lavender from my mom, so I was very thankful to my mother-in-law and also to my mom for all of the plants and herbs that they sort of gave to me. So if you are looking to start a garden or a flower bed of your own, and you know someone who already has a lot of beautiful flowers and plants, it might not hurt to ask them if, first of all, if they would like to help you, and second of all, if they have anything that they would like to give to you. So that was one of the first things that we did. We also added window boxes underneath all of our windows, and my husband built those. We created some DIY shutters and attached those to the front of the home. We painted the front door, and then we also stained the porch and added some stone around the base of our porch just to sort of tie into the stone border around our flower beds, and I love the way that that turned out. I actually got that stone at a garage sale for free. I was having a garage sale, and so was a friend of mine, and we went to each other's garage sales, and I saw her stone that she had for sale, and she saw some plates that I had for sale, so we just traded. So she gave me the stone, I gave her the plates, and that was a pretty good deal for us. So we have many more changes coming to our front porch this spring that I'm super excited to share with you, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. But as you walk into the home, the first room that you see is our entryway. And let me start off by saying that the owners that lived here before us did a wonderful job on so many things. They had kind of started to begin the process of renovating this house in hopes of selling it. They took care of a lot of the expensive things that my husband and I probably wouldn't have been able to afford, and a lot of the cosmetic changes were sort of left to us. So we had green carpeting all throughout the home, and one of the first things that we did was rip all of that carpeting up. It was quite the job, but it was very satisfying. Especially when I saw how beautiful the hardwood floors were underneath. We have done a lot of things to our entryway over the years. One of the first things being the slate floors that you see. We installed those ourselves, and the reason for that is because the wood was just very damaged. This is a 90-year-old home, and so the wood was just gray and discolored, so we decided to pull up the hardwoods in that entryway area. We knew they would continue to get damaged with all of the harsh Michigan winters that we have and the snow coming in, and we replaced those wood floors with slate to sort of tie into our kitchen and also to our bathroom upstairs. We also covered all of the walls in beadboard, and I have a blog post all about that if you'd like to check it out. And then we installed some faux beams on the ceiling, just like the ones that you see in our kitchen. So very minimal in this entryway, very simple, just some simple hooks there for the kids to hang their coats, and then this great 3-tiered basket that I found at a thrift store for $15 comes in handy for mail and keys and gloves. So it's really a great space when you enter our home to be able to, you know, set down your things and take off your shoes and hang up your coat. In our living room, I think the biggest change to address is the fireplace. It was a brick fireplace when we moved into the home, and I painted it and we lived with it for a while, and then over the years we decided that the best layout for our living room would be to put the TV above our fireplace. Usually I'm not a big fan of that, but we have sort of a long living room and there really aren't a lot of walls to put the couch and TV. We have the entryway here, we have windows, French doors, and then this wall behind me is pretty much the best wall for the couch. So I told my husband that if the TV was going to go above the fireplace, that I would like to hide it somehow. And he decided to build this gorgeous cabinet with shaker style shutters that can open and close and hide our television. He also built the shelves over to the left of the fireplace and the little bench seat that also is great for storage. A couple of years ago I was able to work with Airstone and we recovered all of the brick with stone, and I love the way that that looks. It's very cottagey and rustic. One day I would love to replace the mantle with a rustic wood beam. We'll see if that happens, but I think that that would be really beautiful in this space. Other than some paint on the walls and a good cleaning of the hardwood floors, that's really all we had to do in the living room. The same goes for our dining room. Now our dining space did have a lot of damage on the walls. The plaster was very cracked, and so we had to do sort of a skim coat and fill a lot of cracks on the walls in the dining room. And then we decided to add board and batten, and that was our very first project in this home. We were so excited about it. We already had all the wood because there was some lumber left in the basement, some 1x4s. So we decided to just use that. And 8 years later, I still love it. And I think it's so classic and timeless and beautiful. I have a full tour of our dining space, and I'll link that for you if you're interested in checking it out. Just recently I posted a video about the Airstone wall in our kitchen, and I already shared some before photos in that video, so you may already know what our kitchen looked like before. The owners that lived here before completely renovated the kitchen, and they put in all new cabinets, all new countertops, all new appliances, so we were so blessed to have those main components to work with. And then all we've done over the years is sort of make it more of our style. So we changed the paint color, we added subway tile, corbels under the cabinets to make them feel a little bit more custom, things like that to make it feel light and bright and more cottage style instead of so modern. The little bathroom off of our dining room is something that I haven't shared a whole lot about on our blog because, to be honest, it's not exactly where I want it to be yet, but it really is so much better than what it was when we moved in. Everything in that bathroom needed to be replaced. That was one area that the owners before us did not get to. So we gutted that entire space, ripped out all of the crumbling plaster, and I had my brother-in-law help out and add new tile around the bathtub. We replaced the toilet, and then my dad helped me build a custom vanity that I love so much to this day, and we just used these clearance $5 fence posts that I pulled out of a bucket at a lumber yard and sort of created this Pottery Barn inspired vanity. And really, I love the way that that bathroom came together. There are some things that I would like to change still, a few regrets that I have. I wish I had stayed true to the home and chosen a classic 1930s subway tile for the shower, and we also chose to put linoleum down on the floors because of budget issues, and that happens, and that's okay. There's a small space off of our living room, and we call it the sunroom. It's all windows out there, but unfortunately we can really only use it in the summertime because the walls aren't insulated and it just gets very, very cold. I have big dreams for this space, and I would love to get out there, maybe do some blow-in insulation into the walls and create some beautiful built-ins around that huge window that you see from the living room. We did tear out an old closet that was in there. It was very orange, and I'm not sure if it was original to the home or it was added in like the 50s or 60s, but it was pretty ugly. And we tore all of that out and turned it into sort of a bench style seat with some beadboard to hide the damage that had been caused by the closet against the plaster. So I love the way that that little area looks, but the rest of it just isn't utilized really. And I'd love to have that extra seating and that extra space all year long when we have a lot of family members over. Our bedroom was pretty much already completely move-in ready when we moved into the house. All we have done over the years is just paint the walls, and then we added some board and batten as well. And of course I've done a lot of furniture makeovers and things like that in the space, but as far as the room itself, it really didn't need a whole lot of work, and we're very thankful for that because it was a nice place to go and to retreat during a lot of the project phases that we went through downstairs. So that was really a blessing for us to be able to have that space completed. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it encourages you if you are living in a fixer-upper or if you have a lot of projects ahead of you. It's so hard to believe that in March we will have lived in this home for 8 years. It just blows my mind how fast the time has gone, and here we are celebrating 10 years of our marriage this year. We have 3 little boys now and I'm just so thankful for all of the memories we've created here. If you're new to my channel, please be sure and hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching.